Hello, welcome back. Part 3 of the Quick Continue Arkham Knight podcast. We're going to talk about the bad bits of the game. So where should we start? I've written a few bad bits down here. Basically, my main thing with this game is Arkham Knight is a shite villain.
Well, Arkham Knight is a massive missed opportunity for me. People maybe have got wind of who this person is, but I think they said when they came out before this is a brand new character. It's not really. It's just an interpretation of a character that we're not going to spoil. But I think considering they had the sort of reasonable carte blanche to create a really interesting
character. Made out like that. They made out in all the press and everything before the game that they had all this opportunity to build like the perfect villain. And no, you've kind of made this whiny little dick.
And it's never really explained how this guy's got $1 billion army.
Yeah, the Scarecrow, it's basically like Arkham Knight and Scarecrow, you two villains. It's not really a spoiler, they're on the back of the box.
No.
Scarecrow's basically looks like a homeless man.
Yeah, Scarecrow's a very
Arkham Knight's
villain.
Just this douchebag in a suit.
But see, Scarecrow wasn't really used enough, I thought. I know he does the whole big cloud, but I just felt like
the big fart, the big scare fart.
I mean, Scarecrow's been in all of the games. He was in City, he was definitely in an asylum, and you played some really interesting, like mind-melting missions where you go like kind of.
He was like one of those side characters where now he's like the trouble is for me, because obviously the Nolan films, he was a big part of Batman Begins, and then he became like a trifle in the next one. And I think maybe this character suffers from that, because all you know from of Scarecrow as like just a normal fan of Batman watching the films is this kind of irritating character. So I don't feel any threat from him ever in the game. I just feel like Batman would probably just go and punch his lights out and that'd be it.
But also, I was just going to say, so there was a lot of hype around Arkham Knight. But wasn't he just Scarecrow's underling? Was he working for Scarecrow? So that kind of undermined his power in a way.
Yeah.
That's never really explained, because it's hinted that he's got a connection to Arkham. He's got this connection somehow to Scarecrow. It's never really explained, like where that connection's come from, where the money's come from, how that process has kind of come together.
Lex Luthor.
Could be.
He's a dick, isn't
what
he?
was the benefit of the gas? I didn't quite understand.
No.
Gas always has benefits.
But he was only gassing thugs in an empty city. It didn't really make sense.
Yeah.
I know, because it could. I think. Well, we don't really. It could. I think it could go beyond Gotham. Basically, is what they're saying. He could have started.
Yeah, because he creates like a blast radius for the gas.
I think all of America's are a big bit of America's a threat or something.
Right.
Yeah, and all those people who've like gone on buses like 20 minutes out of town, and they're all at Little Chef. Well, maybe me continental
Feeling
breakfast.
completely ripped off.
yeah.
What is this salty shite I've been fed?
You get a lollipop if you finish your plate.
Do you still get that? I bet they
I've not been for about 20 years.
Yeah, I bet they've taken that away. Save money.
Disappointing.
Little Chef chat.
Little thief.
He's for me. That
It's
character
just a bit
is
rubbish.
weak.
Like he's a bit like they undermine him, like you're saying, in the way that Bane is kind of undermined in Dark Knight Rises, where they build the characters up to be quite interested, and then they like rip his foundations away, and you're just like, oh right.
Well, you never really got the feel for this character. It was just this kind of slight squawky, annoying voice with all these thugs. And also, I get the feeling that they started off with the premise Batman versus an army, and they work back from there. And that's what I get the feeling, unmanned drones, like tanks, like what? Like kind of like remote controlled things, like kind of this army of mercenaries. Well, why do you need the mercenaries? That's what my question is. Like, so you've come in, you've got the gas thing, and that's enough of a threat. I mean, the mayor's already gone, here, get out, everybody get out, get the Little Chef. Get out. He's already done that. So
I reckon he's
for
working for Little Chef.
yeah. It's great. It's a Little Chef billionaire.
I think, so basically, we're going to have to talk about the Batmobile in a minute, but you're quite right in that there's this, ridiculous, build-up to why this situation's happening, and it feels like Rocksteady should have probably made a game where the populace were in it.
See, that would have been a lot more interesting, because I feel like there's
the start of the game's. I don't know if we can talk about the start of the game or not, but basically the first scene in the game is the city is populated. It's a brilliant scene.
Well, it was only 3, wasn't it?
Wow, this is amazing. And then the next thing.
That's not a spoiler, isn't it?
I feel like that was a total missed opportunity, because there could have been, in terms of side quests, there could have been some really great stuff around helping civilians and swooping in as Batman and helping.
The old Spider-Man games.
Exactly, yeah.
Help, I'm being mugged for the last half hour.
My balloon's gone.
This guy's like, oh God, how much longer am I going to have to stand here and pull in your purse?
I feel like the main issue, obviously, apart from the sheer volume of work in populating a city with NPCs, would have been the fact that you're driving around a massive tank, basically, and you're going to be running people over.
Yeah.
Batman doesn't believe in killing thugs, let alone innocent civilians. So I think that was obviously...
He definitely kills some people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I killed loads.
Can we get onto that? We'll get onto that in a second. But I reckon they could have done it like do you remember Driver? Like when you couldn't run anyone over, so you'd aim straight at someone and the last minute just go, whoop. It's like,
they've done that in loads of games, so there are tons of games where they'll dive out of the way.
Why can't they do that in Batman?
Yeah.
And they go, oh, Batman! Go!
Even in the movies, he plows through all sorts of stuff. He must have killed tons of people, but they never show it.
I think Batman is... He's just like... I think he's irresponsible because basically...
Naughty Batman.
If you check any local paper any week, there's always a story of someone getting punched outside the pub once, falling over dead.
Yeah,
right? Batman's punching the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that afterwards one of them didn't die from their injuries.
Yeah, one of them must have had some kind of hemorrhage.
Also,
like a Dickie Hart.
But there's no one in the hospital to take care of those injured folks.
No. So there's people died tonight, and Batman killed one of them, and that's just the fact.
So he's if not, he's definitely worse than some of these thugs because they've done nothing. They've just sort of been holding a gun, walking around the place.
And you drive the Batmobile around, and you drive into people, and they get a little electric spark, and they go, oh.
Yeah. The best thing about that is you can shoot them, but the game explains that you're shooting rubber bullets.
Yeah.
Massive ones.
Yeah, massive like beach balls.
Yeah, and that's still going to break a limb. They could get internal bruising and hemorrhaging.
But they always aim for the head as well, so I mean that's taking them down.
Hemorrhage. Yeah, I mean those guys. Some of those guys have died. So.
But another problem is that you've got these guys. You're beating the shit out of everyone, and Batman swoops in. He beats the crap out of like 20 guys who are up to shenanigans, quite frankly, and then he just walks off. You think, well, these guys are just going to get back up and carry on being thugs.
Yeah, they're like, I got a bit of a headache, but I'm ready for thuggery again.
So, like, how does that work?
Meeting Bruce Wayne's receptionist later on.
I think, so when you do, there are tons of side missions, side quests in this thing, and most of them are populated by thugs, and you do the same thing over and over and over. The game doesn't have many tricks. It has car chases, silent predator bits, brawl bits, and that's kind of it. There ain't that much else. There's a few bits where you got to do use bat gizmos to scam stuff.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like once you've done those bits enough, you just kind of.
But the thing that really, I think, we'll come to the Batman in a second, but I think that really they don't seem to have. That confuses me about this game, really, especially when it comes back to the army, is it doesn't seem like there's progression. Like when you come into Arkham City and come into Arkham Knight, the first Predator room is quite easy. You come in, you take down some people. I feel like, and then they scale it up and ramp it up. This one, within one or two Predator fights, they're chucking mines up on the top. They're scanning you. You're
turrets down.
Putting turrets down. You're like, this is not like a steady curve. This is basically you're going to face an army tonight and blah blah blah. It's like, well, that doesn't really give that sense of kind of flow to the game. It just makes it feel like you're forcing me to play the game that you want to play.
I've got to say I hated the sort of puzzles I guess you had to do with the Batmobile to winch up things so you can drive over certain bits.
That's so convoluted.
Should we just dedicate the next 5 minutes to talking about the
Batmobile? Can I just raise a point before we get onto the Batmobile?
Yes.
Because obviously the Batmobile's going to occupy the next 2 hours?
17 years of our lives.
And I've totally forgot what the fuck I was going to say.
I remember. I've also remembered I was going to say before about the police. We were talking about why the police. I think when the thugs are there, I think the police. The unwritten rule of the game is the police come and arrest everyone after you beat the hell out of them.
Really?
It's like what I was saying was those bits where there's the different missions you can do. If you complete those, it goes, the police will come and arrest them.
Hang on a minute.
So I think that basically...
What are they going to charge them for? Because they're turning up and there's just a bloody bloke. There's a bloke just covered in blood in the gutter.
So, Batman, this guy's dead.
You're going to have to come into the station. We need to talk about this.
He died later on. It wasn't to do with me. He fell over. He has to fall over.
I've also got a massive issue with Batman being described as a detective. Miss Marple's a detective.
Yeah.
Batman is a thug.
Massively underdo the detective thing in these games, and they always have done. They've never quite hit upon Batman as detective.
But they did have some of the sort of vague detection, because Arkham Origins has brought in a lot more of a crime scene thing to it, and you do play something like for example, but with let's say from a side mission for the serial killer mode where you're scanning bodies and putting things together.
That was a bit pants.
But it was just so obvious that it was like, okay, so you've got 3 modes of vision, X-ray, something. And you go, okay, well, I found the one in X-ray, but then the next mode, there's one there. And everyone was this same.
But the crime scene ones are quite interesting when you move, the timeline goes back.
Yeah, that's cool. And like you say, in Arkham Origins and Arkham City, there was the sort of, you could trace the sniper back.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I like all that stuff.
But it is very much gamey in that there's no other way around it. There is the one solution.
It was much better in Origins, actually. It was much more sophisticated in Origins. Your bigger crime scenes, you had to scan for points and like actually put them all together and get the timeline set up. It was actually really nice, but it didn't quite work in this one. But I think it just feels like overkill at times. And yeah, all right, we have to get to it right now. Some of the tank stuff, it sucks balls.
All of it sucks balls.
The Batmobile, if you've not realised, can turn into a tank, and then at that moment you end up having to fight other tanks, which are all unmanned, happily for Batman.
This is a major plot point as well, because I think we talked about it before, but so Batman can't kill people.
Apparently not.
Why not just strap people to the tanks?
Like
in the South Park film. Just strap people to the tanks. He can't shoot them. They can just run him over.
Do something.
Yeah, let's not
say that.
Yeah. But it's just, God
but yeah,
damn
it doesn't make any sense. I mean, like that's his massive Achilles heel. It's like he won't kill people. So yeah, strap. Like get some of those people. Get one bus of people who are trying to leave the city to get a little chef, and just strap them all over the tank.
Batman just have to run. So like the Batmobile. Okay, so as the Batmobile. Oh no, our pizza's here.
Oh.
Dave, go get the pizza.
5 minutes as we pay for it. Are we doing this? Are we eating pizza during podcast recording?
It's already paid for. No, just put it in the kitchen. We'll be roasting on it.
Yeah.
Are we going to carry on or?
Let's carry on.
Okay.
So
we've sacked Dave. He's an absolute wanker.
Well, yeah. So the Batmobile.
Is it Papa?
Yeah, the Papa thing, yes. The Batmobile as the Batmobile is kind of acceptable.
Yes.
You can use it as an optional thing to traverse a city if you don't want to fly around as Batman. Yeah. Flying around as Batman's cooler. But you can still be in the thing. It gets from A to B once you've lowered some of the bridges.
And it's really cool getting you into the Batmobile. It's kind
you
of
can
like
get us down and you just go into this.
Wow.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We're just talking about
we just carried on going without you, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it's really great at like when you have to arrest people and they get sort of whacked in the back and stuff.
Yeah,
that's kind of comical.
You're like jing 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 jing.
That's rubbish.
Yeah.
So I assume the actual like cabin of it is just one seat, and then you give people lifts. Let's say complete darkness in like a tiny space, practically like horizontal.
No, he's got a little DVD player in there.
Has he?
Yeah.
No, he goes in like that, so at least they're sitting.
He's got neighbours.
He's got Batman and Robin playing on the screen.
Yeah, it's old when he's got to take Gordon around.
It's like this.
He must be absolutely bricky in the back. I'll give you a lift. No, you're right, Batman. I'll take the old cop car.
Tutankhamun had more room. There's a little coffin, and you got the back of the fucking Batmobile, for God's sake.
Yeah, and then but then it transforms into this tank thing, and there's the first time you play the tank battle, you're fighting the Arkham Knight's tanks, and you've got cannons on top and machine gun. You're like, wow, this is pretty cool. The 1500th time you've shot a tank,
and you can't avoid it.
This is crap.
I think that's the thing. And actually, there's a side quest, and I'm not sure it comes from the story. You know the things where you've got to blow up the mines. Yeah. So that comes from the story, isn't it?
No, it's the side
first
one.
one.
It's an optional.
Yeah. The first one does to set them all across the city. So do that, and then I did one as a side mission, and then all the tanks come around. I thought, I'm not touching these ever again. I'm not going to do this because I just can't.
I did every single one of them. I don't know why.
But also,
I had some weird completionist.
Why do the drones still come and get you after you've completed the story?
Yeah,
no, because another guy comes in and takes the mantle.
takes them over.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
So you know what though? Then. There's the final showdown you might think would be awesome against like one of Batman's biggest adversaries. No, it's just another fucking tank fight.
Yeah.
So you're just like, for fuck's sake.
I think we can. So like there was a lot of WhatsApping going on with us guys. Like I can't believe every day we were playing it, someone get a little message. another fucking tank fight.
Yeah.
And actually, there was a point where, this isn't really a spoiler, but towards the end. So when you go up against the tanks, in the corner it says how many tanks you've got to defeat to move on. And normally it's about, 15, 20?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Which is ridiculous, by the way.
Which is... Because they take about 3-4 hits each.
You can upgrade your Batmobile, which I didn't do it. You need to do it when you hit a certain.
Upgrade your Batmobiles.
Yeah.
But towards the end of the game, you get to one of these points, and in the corner it says defeat 60 tanks.
I like it.
Although I didn't actually struggle so much with that because there's someone else who's programming some stuff to help you out.
You can hack the drive.
Does it?
And so like that actually...
We're just pussyfooting around the name of that.
That's it.
Johnny the Hacker.
But I
might have to beat that out in the close room.
I didn't find that as devastating. When I first saw 60, I was like, oh, for God's sake.
I know, but I was so bored of it.
I think that's it. I was just more. I did find it really satisfying when you destroyed a tank, or you got the sort of pretty weak tanks and you got them in one hit.
Yeah,
that's pretty satisfying. But yeah, that's not even slightly payoff.
It's those ones that have they launch 2 missiles at you, and then they do this cheeky thing where they have like 2 or 3 of them. So you can shoot the missiles out of the air. So I'm sure whoever made that is going, it's a test of skill. But then actually there's 3
Who are
these
these people
things.
making this game? It's a test of skill.
I don't know. Game developers, they all tell them.
Yeah.
And then you get like 3 of these things hitting you at the same time, and there's no way, because of the way it controls, it's not sensitive enough to whip around and kind of shoot all 6 out of the air at the same time.
Also,
you always get hit.
You remember, there's a bit at the start where you first get the Batmobile and you're driving over that roof bit. You fall off. You're like, this is lame.
Thankfully, they don't really replicate that until you start doing some of the optional Riddler missions.
Yeah.
I was getting so stressed about
that. Riddler is the worst part of this game by a country mile.
And it's like a mix of races and some crap challenges. And the controls of the Batman are not great. Batmobile are not great.
I found it. I don't know. They're not great, but I did quite enjoy it. I enjoy driving the Batmobile.
Yeah, we're saying the road, like driving it on the road and doing the chases and stuff, is really great. But when it turns into a tank, it's really.
I would also advise people to toggle the battle mode on in the options, because if you drive around the tank normally like Lewis Hamilton, right? It's all fun and games.
Yeah.
And then, when you want to fight something, you've got to hold down. Is it L1?
L2.
L2. You've got to keep it held down, but in the options they don't tell you this in the game. You can toggle that on, so you can just switch it on and off.
But doesn't for me that changed all the controls? So the
the controls were better because before that, square is reverse or something.
Do it early on then, because I had this thing where when I finally realised I was getting severe cramp in my hand from holding the button down because these tank battles are ridiculous. I'd already got used to, so now my hands only do that.
Wow.
Because I got used to the way it controlled to that point. When I tried to toggle it on, I couldn't get used to
Since playing
the way
this game, Mike's love life has really suffered.
I can't scratch my eye either, I just do that.
But the thing is, it feels like they've gone, wow, we've got a playable Batman in this game, Batmobile in this game.
No,
Let's just go nuts with it. And it's used way too much. I think it's used 50% more than it should be.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's too many tank battles. There's too many contrived puzzles with it.
It forces you, at every turn it seems to go, we're going to make you use a Batmobile here. So I've made a note here saying the Batmobile is like an irritating, excitable puppy that won't stop pissing on your carpets. And it's just always there. It's like it always comes to use me. Come on. And then it pisses all over.
Guys.
I don't want you to be here.
There's another tank battle over there. We could be in it.
I mean, there are moments where you've got an objective marker halfway across the city. You think, okay, I'll just start flying over there, and then it'll say, you better use the tank for reasons.
Well, actually, I found myself deliberately not getting in my car. So I don't want tanks to come and get me just because I want to get there.
But you can't avoid it.
I'm going to hide in a cupboard.
What I would love to see in a game is I would have loved it if in this game, in the first tank battle, it goes, the little pop-up came. I said, look, the thing is, right, Jack, there's going to be about...
So just said directly to you.
Yeah. There's going to be about 30 of these throughout the game. They're all the same. It'll add about 2.5, 3 hours onto the gameplay. If you push this button now, you can skip them entirely.
Yeah,
cool.
Perfect.
Let me skip them. I don't care if the game's shorter because of it, because they are boring as hell.
Yeah, and I would be completely happy with that.
Yeah.
I'd be like...
Same with the Riddler challenges. So to put into quantity of things, there's 243 Riddler shit little trophies.
And how many did you get, Mike?
37, and I did a lot of them. That felt like I put a lot of time.
I got 3.
So there are Riddler missions, and you do the missions, and they're rubbish. Actually, I was going to say they're quite fun, but they're not. That would have been a lie. But then there are, on top of those, 243 individual Riddler trophies to either just happen upon or solve some rudimentary puzzle, usually involving the frickin' Batmobile, where you've got to charge something up or pull something out with its grappling hooks. It's got a grappling hook.
I mean, there's that bit in...
And to get the mega super happy ending, if that one exists, you've got to do them.
Mega super happy ending.
I did not get one of them before. Let me tell you, it was not.
I think Robin would like it.
I don't want to think about your mega
I
super
don't just want the happy ending. I want the mega super happy ending.
Oh dear.
Get the candles out.
But then the tank is just, it's just ridiculous, really.
I was chatting with my,
do you know what it really kind of, it just takes the sheen off this game, really, I think, personally.
It was my biggest Batman bugbear.
Yeah. The dumb thing is, used sparingly, I'd have really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
They just force it on
way
you.
too much.
What do you think the reasoning is behind it? Was it to try and differentiate it to the previous games?
The trouble is, okay, so the series was going very, very well anyway, and all they can do from that point on is, because they're not adding extra mission types, and they're not adding something different than Silent Predator and just beating people up and those weird detective bits. So all they can do is either chuck more people at you, and they do that, so sometimes you've got to fight like 25, 30 guys to get through a section, or they've got to add something like a Batmobile in. The dumbest thing of the game is that you've got the Batwing flying around, and you're like, well, why don't you use the bloody Batwing to get there?
Yeah. Do you know what they could have done? They could have, like, this game is so chock-a-block with side missions, they could have just incorporated some of that stuff into the story and just
I thought there were two side missions. I thought Man-Bat side missions.
That was good because it's got the best
scare. The first time you see Man-Bat is amazing.
Like, whoa! And the serial killer stuff was great.
Serial killer stuff as well. Yeah, I didn't even mind the scanny stuff because it's
very repetitive. Once
you've
done it once,
different.
That was it.
But they tend to find them because you have to hear the opera music to find the next victim, which is kind of cool.
The two-phase missions were quite interesting. You know,
they were right. I mean, they just sort of go beat up some people in the bank.
The time Silent Predator. Yeah. And you know, like I think we'll probably come to this in a bit, but I think the ending is a great payoff. And actually, there's so much in this game which is still a payoff.
Well, we can't talk about the ending.
We can't talk about the ending.
It's worth saying that to get the true ending, the mega super happy ending,
you
have to complete the game 100%.
That massage parlour.
Yeah. With a Thai massage.
But you've got to find, like,
Mr. Wineman, welcome back.
Hello, Mr. Wayne. It's the visual.
Is that a Thai accent?
Anyway, we've been talking for a long... No, I don't know.
We don't want to go there.
It was Alfred. We've been talking for a long time, so we probably should skip on to part 4, where we're going to do Little Jack's Corner. We'll talk about where Rocksteady go from here, because after all, it's their last Batman game. And then we'll wrap up with our Quit or Continue roundup. So, all right, join us for part 4.